Gli ho fatto una foto francese.
Lucy Francis Ryan, nota al grande pubblico come Lucy Lawless, è nata il 29 marzo 1968 nel sobborgo di Mount Albert a Auckland, in Nuova Zelanda, da Julie e Frank Ryan, in una famiglia cattolica irlandese numerosa. Ha 4 fratelli e una sorella. Il suo amore per l'arte e lo spettacolo nasce presto, infatti è all'età di soli 10 anni.
I know you have a great love for traveling, and actually yesterday you told us that the perfect superpower for you would be to know every language, so you can be part of the cultures you go and visit. So how much this love for for other countries, other cultures has made you a better actress?
Ooh, gosh, that's a good question.
Ci deve pensare, è un'ottima domanda.
Maybe it's because I like to inhabit other people's lives. Maybe that's the same thing as being an actor. When I play a role like in Spartacus, I feel like I have an avatar. I am my own avatar, and I go and live this other life. It's like cosplay. It's like when you are gaming, you feel part of an alternate reality. That's my job, and they pay me for it.
Your debut in television was after you were elected Miss New Zealand. So it's a beauty contest. How much did beauty made a difference in your life for what you do and what you've done?
None. I don't really do beauty. I don't. In my culture and in my family, because I have 4 older brothers and 1 younger and 1 sister younger, being pretty is not enough. It's not highly valued. So you have to be intelligent, you have to be hardworking, you have to be humble, funny. If you have brothers, you have to be funny to survive. Being pretty would be, or good looking, is like down the list a bit. So I did do that pageant, but it was just a bit of silly, sort of something different. I sent my avatar to the pageant.
You started Xena, and 1995 you started Xena, and that actually made you an international superstar. How did you live with the fact that you were being exposed to the public, to the media so much?
Well, I was living and working in New Zealand, where again, everybody has to be equal all the time. So if you have a lot of attention or whatever it is, you can't show it. You will be punished. So it's not a very attractive part of our culture. And I think we are growing out of it now, but certainly in those days was there. How did I live with it? I also just thought it was normal. That this is what happens. You have a show, it becomes an enormous success, you become world famous and get to go to Palermo Comic-Con. And I just thought, this is a natural sequence of events. Now that I am older, I know it is crazy serendipity. So much luck went into it. Also so much hard work. But the luck factor is undeniable. So I'm very, very grateful for everything that I have.
So Xena was for sure the beginning of a new era for female characters. A new way of interpreting them, a new way of showing them. Now, did you feel the responsibility towards the rest of the actors and the public when you were called for, this kind of characters, to play those kind of characters? And did you ever feel trapped in those characters?
Not really. I didn't feel trapped because I knew how lucky I was to have those kind of problems. If it existed, I thought, you should be so lucky to have that kind of success, you know. So, no. Did I feel responsibility only in terms of working with the hospital? You saw the National Children's Hospital, we call it Starship in New Zealand, that, for example, I was offered to do advertisements for like an alcohol company. I like alcohol. I like it a lot. But because of the role that alcohol unfortunately plays in harming children's health in terms of abuse, I work with anti-abuse campaigners. In terms of family violence, I cannot participate in selling it. But I admit that I buy it on occasion.
Now, it's common knowledge, or it's common belief, that TV now has the real creative freedom. Do you agree, or what do you think about this?
I agree, absolutely. It's also creative freedom for the writers who have, it's a longer format, so they have longer time to discover characters, to develop the way that characters intersect. It's the number one creative medium for actors these days, for good writing, for good writing. There's just so much more of it in television. You watch a whole series in 2 days. So it's a more satisfying, deeper engagement with the television show. You don't have to wait 9 months anymore. So I think that is probably driving more creative firepower into television.
Being involved in TV series for many seasons, as you did with Xena, as you did with Spartacus, you create some sort of family relationship with the other cast members of the crew, anybody that works there for many years. So how do you feel about that, and do you have any anecdote for us, like funny stuff that happened throughout, the many years you spent with those people?
Okay, might not be funny, but I'll just tell you something very personal. So it's true, your camera, your crew become your family. You are with them 60 to 80 hours a week, and you become to rely on them. You don't see your mother anymore. You don't have time for your friends, you're too tired. So your crew becomes your family. And on Xena, I got very, very close to the guys on the camera. So the focus puller, the camera operator, because everything is triangulated between you, him, the camera, and the director, or the other actor. So this guy, Cameron McLean, became to me as close as my brother. He was like a brother to me. Then he got a job on Lord of the Rings and left. And I was bereft. I couldn't believe that he would leave me. And I went to see a shrink. And I was saying, I can't believe he's gone. He's like my brother. He abandoned me. And the shrink goes, is there not someone you could more appropriately have that relationship with? Like your brother? And that was where I learned the difference. A crew is like family, but they are not family. And we are family all over the world. We see one another, we're together for a short time, very intense, very beautiful, and then bye. And now there is no pain. They remain distant cousins, but your family are real people in your life.
Double Dead, we can see, it's clear for us, the fun that Sam Raimi and your husband Rob have put into trying to give a new life to a genre that they actually invented in a way, the horror comedy. So, was it fun on your side as well to be part of this rebirth, this wonderful genre?
Yes, very fun, though, because the company is good. You know, Bruce and Dana and Ray are so, it's a lovely, again, it's a little family, it's really a beautiful little gem, Duelia. But actually the show is so technical and so huge, especially this season, that it's a lot more work than it is fun. Yeah, it's very, very challenging. Much harder than Spartacus, much harder than Xena, because it goes at such a fast pace. There's so much footage crammed into only 30 minutes. So we shoot as much footage as on Spartacus, with 2 teams going, crews going all the time. But it's all crunched down into half an hour.
For people that are here just for you, what is your relationship with your fans? And when was the moment you realized you actually had fans, people that were following you, people that were asking for your autographs, pictures with you? When did that happen?
Well, the show started to we realized we had fans when we were shooting episode 8. Or maybe episode 8, no, it must be episode 8 was screening, and we realized, oh, this is getting a groundswell, most notably by the gay and lesbian community in New York. So very, very famous writers in New York were starting to talk about our show as a social movement. And that was a surprise to Renee and I. Renee is Olympia. We call her Gabrielle. Renee and I were just flabbergasted. But our fans kind of doesn't happen in New Zealand because of that phenomenon I talked about. We're very we're too embarrassed, we're too proud to show that we're excited. I must say, you Italians have no trouble showing that you're excited. It's a big surprise to me. But really, normally in life, I just go, I don't even think about it. I don't know, I like to move pretty free, so I don't wait. I don't require people's attention to live my life.